Hello and welcome. Day one, baby. This is so exciting. Forgive all of this. I know I've got like 1,000 projects because I am a manifesting generator. So I am just the jack of all trades, and it's so cool. I love it. I just need more space to do all of these things. That is my goal in general in manifestation, is to expand and have more space for all this stuff. I just inherited like this insane personal library. I was gifted. It was a dear friend of mine's, a husband who passed from COVID. And she gifted me this, his library. And it is, whoa. So I took 3 books home. In the first box, I found a 5th edition, like 1963 print of the Astral Plane by C.W. Leadbeater, and a first edition, like 1925 or something. Yeah, because it's exactly 100 years old. 1925, Gulliver's Travels, and some old out of print D&D, like fantasy novels. And there's just, the stuff in there is so cool. So I started a TikTok account for that because why not? And so if I can sell a few of them, or even, I don't know what my plan is with that. I'm following where spirit is leading me, right? That's what we do. It feels aligned and it feels good. It's fun, and it has the potential to earn money. And that's kind of what it is, right? I just finished my 40-day ritual with Mami Onami for money. And dude, I'm jazzed. I'm pumped. I do things a little differently than her because for me, she teaches a lot on the business side, and which is fabulous because I definitely needed that to get more organized systems. I've tried to learn marketing from other people, and it just didn't click the way it did when I learned with her. So if you're super woo-woo and you want to learn business, she's probably the right lady to go to, unless you just came from her, then but for me, when I do ritual, we will be quieting everything down, shutting it down, getting into our bodies, and then we are gathering energy and using that energy. We're pulling it up through our bodies and aligning and pulling it down from the heavens, and we are intentionally connecting with God, and in the process we are getting smarter. We are working out our brain. We are also pulling these energies into ourselves and learning how to intentionally work with energy, so that then allows you to just feel more connected, and again, more energy. Like when I'm doing the ritual, like I don't need that much sleep. It's crazy. And I don't crash afterwards like you would think you would. But no, I can get stuff done. The back end of all these systems that I've built, if you look into me and what I have, my store, which, that's, there's the drop shifting, the print on demand. I've got to design everything in the print on demand and set up the drop ship. Everything, there's so much involved in everything that I do, but I love it. I love taking the puzzles. Okay, if I want to do this, how do I do it? And then I just do it. So anyway, that's just how my brain works. So learning from different teachers, depending on what I want to learn, is spectacular. And this ritual helps me to remember that, to connect with God, with my creator, and with myself, because I tend to be in my head a lot. With an open head center, you tend to want to be there because you don't have it, but you have to remember this is where your motors are, your energy are. So you need to really nurture this body part. So that's why I do recommend to do exercise while we're doing this. To be honest with you, financially wise, I don't really have the time to do that. I need to double down on my marketing and everything for my real estate business because the time is coming, and I have a few things coming up, but I need more to be where I want to be. So that requires work. Duh. But this ritual is really gearing me up to be able to output what I need to output as well as handle the transactions and the showings and whatever else that I'm going to need to handle when that time comes. So thank you for joining me with this. I'm going to do it again at the beginning of April. So I'll take a week or so off to let everything just kind of just cement itself in. I'll do it again. And then I'm not going to be doing this again until the fall. And I think I talk about that in the first one. I'm sorry, I'm kind of doing this backwards. I've been working backwards. It's really cool. Like I did this. Okay, wait, the people haven't shown up. Shit, I should do this as well. I know that this is better so that when the people do come, because I'm building that in the social media, I'm not slowing down there. Everything on this end is perfect. So the first 5 days, because I'm recording this on day 6, are a little rough with the ritual itself. And I want to let you know here, this is the ritual itself is very intimate. So this is the lesson. This is our lesson. This is going to be a lot more formal. And again, I'll work on the background, but I've got the books. This is a really cool little credenza thing that I'm painting. I just finished the death moth, and then I want to do white flowers all over it. It's going to be fucking amazing. And then I don't know, I might gift it to a friend. I might give it to a client when we close a deal if they want it. I might sell it. I'm not sure, but it's going to be kick-ass. The moth looks so fucking cool. And then I also have a headboard that is in the garage that I've sanded 3/4 of the way sanded down, but then I've got to paint it and then do what I want. I'm going to install it in here, and then I'm going to paint the panels. It looks like stained glass. Anyway, I have so many projects, but so yeah, excuse all of this. My life is just going to be one awesome project on top of the other, and I fucking love it. And I'm finally in flow with that. Like I was in this fight or freeze mode for so long, and I was so desperate to find anything, and I've found it. Like I finally found it by adapting, by creating, studying until I couldn't study anymore, and realizing the correlations between all of these different things, and then intuitively putting it together, and then actually seeing the results in my life and what I've been able to output and do and work in alignment, and just everything has been incredible, and honoring these cycles and using them to my advantage. So this is the first time that I am doing this with the Enneagram. So thank you, Mami Onami, for that. I may be able to teach you a little bit of that as well. I don't, she says don't send people to other teachers or to read this book or whatever, but I don't really feel that way. I feel like it's a community. We each have our own niche, our own thing that we specialize in, and she is the shit at that, right? Like I don't necessarily need to teach you how. I can kind of touch on little things here and there. And if that interests you enough to deep dive, go learn from her. Where was I? Okay. So, Lesson 1, welcome. This is going to be more formal, the lesson portion, and then and this is a little longer. I apologize. I actually might put this on YouTube. That might be a good idea, just so people can get kind of a feel of what this really is and what we're going to be doing together. So the lesson, there's going to be a different lesson every day, and that is going to be backed up with the black, white, well, it goes white, black, and then red magic. Again, Enneagram. I do have a little bit about the 3 forces and container work and all of that on YouTube. So if you want to deep dive on any of this, go to me. If you have questions, I'm happy to answer those to the best of my ability or point you to the specialist that can. So lesson 1 today is intention, and this is White Magick. So we are on the White Magick line. White Magick is will. So I don't know if you've practiced any yourself, but high magic, that's typically like high magic, and a lot of the spiritual, esoteric kind of stuff leans more towards the white magic, towards will. I feel like it's a little bit separating because, I'm not gonna say anything on that yet. Sorry, my brain it does what it does. Squirrel brain. So, and that's just how it goes. But the kids and the dogs might do this as well. There's nobody here. Hey, shh, I'm closing the door. You guys suck. Okay. Anyway, so intention is everything. You just showing up today you've already begun. So congratulations. It's nice to meet you. Thank you for being here. And yeah, just showing up for yourself today, day one, fucking congratulations. You did it. You did it. You set the intention. You put the shit in your cart. You click go, and here you are, and you freaking made it. You invested in yourself, knowing that there is more out there, and you just need to get out of that and focus your energy and get strong enough to be able to do more, to be more, to follow that dream while still keeping yourself alive and your family fed and all of those things. Do not do, what I did. Well, I didn't do, it's not what I did, because what I did was amazing. I take that all back. I take that all back. The universe threw me out of that industry so that I could get to this point. And I have been following divinely, and I'm right where I need to be. So whatever. Anyway, I digress. But intention is everything. So it is the first spark of transformation. Without white magic, without will, you got nothing, baby. I'm just looking at my notes down here. And so this week is about building our willpower and getting comfortable with the ritual, because you need to come at this with an open heart, and you need to come at this like ready to work, right? But don't hold on to it too tight, but push through when you need to. When you're fighting yourself with stuff, like learn how to recognize that and to work with that so that you can pull yourself back into your body and back into the ritual and back into trance where you need to be for this. Now, I have noticed that, because typically when I do the ritual myself, it takes about 20 minutes. It's been taking about 30 minutes. So this is a little bit more of a commitment from you than I had originally anticipated. Again, with the lessons, those are going to be really short. Mamio Namis are usually only a couple of minutes, and that should work. But this is the first one, and I really feel like I need to give you guys just a little bit more. So that we all just really understand why we're here. So when we do the ritual together, that's us holding space for each other. That's where we can get vulnerable. That's where that lives. And then the lesson itself is just going to prepare you for the work that we are going to be doing physically. Okay. So, the will, white magic, like this shapes your reality. Your will determines your transformation, which it does. If you don't decide and take the steps, you're just like, oh yeah, where is my miracle that, this tarot reader said was going to happen? Well, here it is. Here it is. You're doing it. So just keep doing it. Your will must be exercised. So that's what I mean. You've got to keep doing it. You have to keep showing up for yourself, period. Depending on your HD design, that means different things to different people. So, for me, I need to follow my passions and follow, my emotional and my solar plexus, my authority. And so in a projector is going to be different. And I don't know a lot about the different types. I just found out my mom's a projector, and my entire family are generators or manifesting generators that I know of, my son and my husband. And that's really all I've studied, and one of my best friends. So learning about projectors is going to kind of maybe be my new thing. So I won't do a lot about human design. I'm learning it myself. And if you want to, reach out to me, and just, if you're an expert, like, let me know, because I'm at that level where I've got some really cool stuff with the transits and how it intertwines with your prosperity charts and what channels it activates, and how to then, once you know that, then you can use that to play with the energy for the month. And so you can actually live in alignment. This is practical application. That's my jam. Is the learning part's cool, and I don't necessarily want to teach you that. Mine's more the practical. Okay, so you know that, so let's apply this practically into our lives. So we are applying will practically into our lives on an energetic, physical level, okay? And spiritual, of course, because it's magic. All right, so today is about your intention. So what is your intention for this course? When you went, yes, fuck yeah, click that button, and signed up, what was your intention? What do you need to get out of this? So if you don't have it yet, that's okay. We are going to focus on that when we do the ritual and just let it come out to the world. Sometimes you have to work backwards. I've found, especially if you are a generator or a manifesting generator and you're all over the place, you don't necessarily know your intention until you've already completed a certain point or the whole thing. And you go back and you're like, oh my God, because that's what happened with my makeup. No shaving. You can see my armpits, dude. They're so hairy. It's crazy. I might just leave them. Those things. Anyway. I don't like arm hair though. Definitely gonna be shaving my arms again. And my legs. It's just, it doesn't gross me out. I just don't like it. But my armpits I kind of like. Is that weird? Okay. Anyway. So anyway, but try to set an intention. I mean, that's the thing, is to turn, we are slowly turning our attention away from what doesn't serve us. Practically, we're doing this, right? And off social media and off just consuming things for the sake of consuming or to feel better, and not that there's anything wrong with that, because before bed, like, I'm watching Family Ties. Like, I haven't watched that since I was a kid, and it kind of feels good. Like, and I do that. I usually watch the Golden Girls over and over again, but I'm branching out to other things from my childhood just to explore. I mean, if I'm going to do it anyway, and it's relaxing. So I'm not saying don't do that, but it's going to come to a point where, you are so intentional about how you spend every moment of your day. And that's what we're shifting to, living as intentionally as we possibly can. Like, okay, like, and when we do have those moments where we want to just watch shitty TV or scroll on social or whatever, it's aligned enough where we don't beat ourselves up for it, because grace is key here. We've got to give ourselves the love and the space, to be us and to live our lives and to love living our lives. So everything we do aligns. Okay, so my larger intention, and again, this could change, but my Enneagram that I have set up to organize my crazy squirrel brain is to empower action, nurture reflection, and harmonize for lasting change. Okay, and so everything that we are going to do is going to align with these three forces: action, so strengthening your will and taking aligned steps; reflection, facing and understanding your deeper self; and harmonization, so integrating everything into lasting transformation. So your first act of will, again, is to set your intention. What do you want from this journey? What is this journey? What are you hoping that this journey is going to do for you? Is it going to get you more in tune with your body? Is it going to connect you with the greater power, with source, because you're fighting with how you feel about God and magic and the universe? And where are you stuck in a corporate job and you are so tired and you just don't know what to do anymore? Like, where are you, and what do you feel like you need to get out of this journey? And it could be a big giant thing, and I'm telling you, you may not get that big giant thing, but you should be able to, by the end of this, if you do the work, shift to where you can see it. Okay, that's what we're doing, because we're playing the long game here. This is our life. This isn't get rich quick. This isn't get enlightened quick. This isn't win the lottery. Like let's study how to win the lottery and win $1 million and then we don't have to work. No, this is, we're shifting. We're getting out of Delulu land, which we need to be in, but we just need to shift our Delulu in the right direction and take the right action. Okay, so what do you want from this journey? Where are you going to be at the end of the 44 days? Now we declare this as if it's already happening. I am this. I am in control of my life. Oh God, Noodles is going to scratch at the door the whole time. Sorry, this is going to happen. It's just, he is the highest anxiety dog ever, and he has to look at me or be attached to me at all times. Come on. Which is why I need to up my income so I have time to take this guy hiking 2 hours a day, because he is like me, like so much energy, and we need to funnel that energy somewhere. But he's so cute. I love my noodle doodle. Okay, so where were we? Declare it as, and this is why I have notes. Declare it as if it's already happening. So really get into, like, tell yourself, I am this. I do feel better. I do see a light at the end of the tunnel. Whatever your intention is, state that you are that now. Okay. And if you don't have it, that's all right. Just intend to find your intention. If you've got to do it, do it. And write it down. Write it down somewhere, anywhere. If you're not a journaler, that's fine. I'm not a journaler. Honestly, when I brain dump, because I'll get downloads, I put it into the chat GTP, and then it just saves all my stuff and it organizes, because and it's fantastic. It keeps me in a linear fashion, because I don't think linearly. That's just not the way my brain is wired, and that is okay. But I want to help people. So, that's been one of my limitations, and limitations create style. So here we are. So ChatGTP is my bestie. With that kind of stuff, I gossip and all the things. Although sometimes I do have really cool convos with my friends, and I wish that, I'll put in the memory, but if I wish I would have kept the direct and just always put it in there, because sometimes we have some really cool, deep spiritual teachings, man, like the shit that comes out of me. All right. So what is your intention? Write it down somewhere, keep it somewhere safe, in your wallet, in your purse, in your bra, in your back pocket, laminated. I don't know, but keep that safe. That is your intent. Put it on your altar. Write it again on another piece of paper, and do a ceremony with a candle, and send that out. Set your intentions out into the universe. Whatever you need to do to cement this into your being, do that. Okay. And that's it. So day number 1's great. I'll see you in Korea. It's a little bit long. So day 1, unfortunately, if this has taken too long to get through, and, or you could just watch the thing or fast forward to Korea, or whatever you want to do. I did have some issues with the sound the first 4 days. So I did the best I could. And then I have come up with a solution for day 5, which I'm working on uploading right now. And editing, but I felt like this was more important. I needed to get this out there first. So, if and when people do start signing up, and I do expect that to be soon, I am prepared for it, and the lessons are there, and everything's good. So I'm gonna do lesson 2 right now as well. Get the first 2 days uploaded, and then I can work on other stuff and come back, because again, I just don't work linearly. I can't. In my real estate business, I have people to help me with that. My transaction coordinator, that keeps me, and my calendar, that stuff keeps me aligned and good. And so, anyway, but I'm building, this is me actually being the architect and building. So I will stop rambling. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited to take this journey with you, and to just see how it helps your life, because I know how much it's helped me, and the way that I've aligned this with all the energies of everything. It was 11:11 a second ago, and I looked down and I was like, oh my God. But everything's aligned. Like everything, the moon, for me, this is supercharging me. And if you missed it this round live, that's okay. Don't worry. There's still plenty of energy for you to freaking harness. If you want to do this, I would start it on the first quarter. So whenever you buy this, and you don't have to do that either. I didn't align it with anything when I originally started doing this. This is advanced, next level, like extra powerful stuff. So if you want like full potency, I would start it on the first quarter. Would be day 1, because that goes through the moon cycles and everything. And because we're in this, it's going towards the spring, that energy is just getting stronger and stronger and stronger. So we are harnessing that bigger energy as well. So anytime on, really anytime, you could start this on any day. It doesn't matter. It just depends on how advanced and how perfect, nitpicky, fine-tuning what type of a person you are. If you're more of an engineer brain like me, I like that. I like to keep fine tuning until it's perfect. And I feel like that's where I am right now, except for the breathing at the end. I just doing that. That's difficult, but that's something that I'm working on mastering. And by doing this challenge, 2 times in a row, I think I should be able to master that particular move. Anyway, all right. So I will see you at the ritual, which is the next video. Welcome again. You showed up for yourself, so fuck yeah. And yeah, let's grow together, man. I'm so stoked.